it's your girl Brown Beauty, and today I'm going to switch it up with you guys, and I'm going to talk about my tummy tuck journey with you guys. So sit back, relax, make sure you hit a like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks.
Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn.
Okay, you guys, so today I want to discuss my tummy tuck journey with you guys from beginning to end. I also want to insert my disclaimer that do what makes you happy. It's your life, your body. However, in doing what makes you happy, make sure you do it the safest way as possible. Do your research, and even then, unfortunately, sometimes, things happen, but just make sure you're safe and do what makes you happy. Research your doctors. I would say personally, don't elect to have so much done at one time. That's like one of the biggest red flags, I believe, is a doctor that's willing to do so much to you all at once. So that's my disclaimer. If you decide to have surgery, just be smart about it. So I am almost 1 year post-op. Today is January the 15th, 2023. I had my surgery February the 17th, 2021. I opted to go to Sonobello because before this surgery, I had never had surgery a day in my life. I have 2 kids and I still have never had surgery. I've never broken a bone. For the most part, I've always been pretty healthy. I just noticed that, after years of being in my last relationship, I was sad, I was down, I was depressed, and I had gained a lot of unhealthy weight, mainly in my midsection area, and that was something that I was self-conscious about. So it took a lot for me to actually want to have surgery because, again, I was scared. I've never been put under, and one of my biggest fears were getting put under for surgery and never waking up, never coming back home to my babies. So I opted to go to Sonobello here in my state. I live in North Carolina. I opted to go to Sonobello because they offer surgery where you wouldn't have to be put under. You're just heavily sedated, which is fine because one thing I do have is a high tolerance for pain. So I was like, maybe that's the best option. So I researched, and that's who I eventually went with. If you see me looking down, it's because I have like all of my paperwork from my surgery right here. They give you this cute little folder from pre-op surgery and all of that. So let me tell you something about Sonobello. Their consultations, their process from beginning to end moves very, very quick. I opted, the thing about it, let me get my words right. Sorry, you guys. The thing about going to Sonobello, and especially about in my state, that I learned going to them is I wasn't going for the average Coke bottle BBL tummy tuck look. I just wanted to get rid of my fupa and the midsection. And in the state of North Carolina, you are only allowed to remove so much fat. That's why a lot of people go to Miami or out of the country to the DR or whatever to have surgery, because they can remove way more fat than you can in this particular state. But that's not the goal that I was looking for. I wasn't looking for the average, she had I didn't get a BBL, but you know what I'm saying. Like, she had surgery body. I just wanted to get rid of that midsection because the weight gain was just, I didn't like the way I looked in jeans or whatever, or in dresses and stuff, or I would always have to wear like compressions to try to push it in, and I was just like, no. So, but I just, like I said, I decided to go to Sonobello. I had my first consultation. So where I'm located in North Carolina, there is not a center here. So I would either have to go to Charlotte or to Raleigh. I chose to go to Raleigh. But I had my first consultation in Winston-Salem with the consultant. So this was on 2/11. Now mind y'all, my surgery was on 2/17. This was on 2/11. I went in for the consultation, and what we decided we were going to do was my upper abdomen, my lower, and my waist, because they were going to do this or whatever. And this is just the consultant. This isn't the doctor yet. So I went in for that, and that's what we agreed that we wanted to do. Now, they do charge you by BMI. The higher your BMI is, the more you pay. And one thing that I did appreciate about them is talking with the consultant. She was like, you know, I wouldn't get everything that I wanted done because right now, because as soon as you have, not as soon, but you know, once you heal from your surgery, your BMI is going to automatically go down because they're going to remove some of your fat. So then your pricing will go down if you decide to do anything else again. So that was a good little tidbit that she had gave me. And like I said, they gave me an option of which center I would like to go to. I told them that I wanted to go to the one in Raleigh, and I chose Raleigh also because the one in Charlotte, their surgeries were a few weeks out, and my birthday is March the 14th, and so I wanted to, you know, at least have surgery by then and, you know, kind of be healing. Another thing about Sonobello, their downtime is very minimum. So, again, because they can only do so much, and they didn't really put me under. So, I had the consultation with the consultant on the 11th of February. And on the 12th of February, I went to actually meet my doctor. I went to Dr. Roger Collins out of Raleigh. He has been a plastic surgeon for over 25 years. As soon as they told me who my surgeon was going to be, I went in. I did the research on him. I read the reviews on him. He had very good reviews. He owned his own private practice, but he also works with Sonobello. So, I researched him. So I met with him on the very next day on 2/12. So when I went to go meet with the actual surgeon, and I will also insert clips of videos because I did like kind of record the journey, but not the whole journey. So I will try my best to insert clips into it. But when I went to go meet with him, the whole plan changed. The whole plan changed. We ended up deciding, he said, after looking at me, you know, because I was just doing lipo. Let's be fair. When I did the consultation with the consultant, I was just doing lipo. That upper, lower, and my waist, that was just lipo. I met with the surgeon, and he was like, we can keep the original plan that they gave you in the consult. He said, however, I recommend as a surgeon that, he said, if I do the lipo, you're going to have a lot of loose skin. He was like, if you're okay with having all that excess loose skin, no problem. So he recommended that I get the lower lipo and then the EX skin removal, which is a tummy tuck. So in the end, that's what we end up doing. And he was like, as far as my waist, I kind of already had that. So he was like, I'll just hit those spots for you. I'll just hit those spots for you, which was fine. So that's what we did, and this was on the 12th. And another good thing is I do suffer from hypertension. I do have high blood pressure. So they immediately told me that by the day of surgery, if my blood pressure was not under control, that I wouldn't be able to have surgery. You know, like I said, they were very safe and cautious about the procedure. I was not taking my hypertension medication, and that's why my blood pressure was high. So I immediately started back taking them pills because I was like, oh my God, I want to have this surgery. You know, I was still nervous because, again, I'm like, I don't know what to expect. So we're gonna fast forward to the 17th. I woke up that morning. Oh no, let's rewind. So when I left that day after the consultation, which was on the 12th, they gave me a list of instructions for surgery. Before surgery, you know, like, don't eat past this time. Make sure you wash with the antibacterial soap. Don't put anything on your skin. And they also called in a list of medications at my pharmacy that I had to go pick up. That way, when I got home from surgery, it will all already be here. So I did all of that the day before surgery. So on the 17th, I woke up early, took that shower, haven't had anything to eat or none of that, and I went in for surgery. As soon as I got to the back, they gave me what they call a cocktail, which was a bunch of medications. Last thing I remember, honestly, you guys, after I took that cocktail was a nurse coming in and saying, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna escort you to the restroom so I could empty my bladder. I remember going in the restroom and leaning over, and that was it, you guys. I don't remember anything else. I let me not say that either, because I do remember being on the table, looking up and seeing the doctor over me working on me. They did numb everything. I did a little feel the thing that they use to go in and lipo you. I could feel the movements and stuff. Yeah, but I was woke most of the time, because, yeah, once the surgery was over, I remember getting up, because, you know, I am heavily sedated, so a lot of it was kind of blurry. But I do remember getting up, and I looked over, and half of my stomach was on the table. I was like, oh my God, that's my stomach. I'm so goofy, y'all. But after that, they take you in a room. They have you sit for a few, and then I got sent home. I got sent home the same day. I had a drain in. They did insert a drain. So I had a drain in or whatever, and they I had the surgical tape on my scar. What else is there to remember? And they had done scheduled all of my appointments up until 6 months, because, you know, you're not considered fully healed until 6 months. So first it was like I went exactly 1 week afterwards, then 3 weeks after, then a month afterwards, and then so forth, just for checkups to see how I was healing and how I was doing. They did give me this little bag, and inside it, I still have some gauzes in here because they actually gave me a lot. Inside, it was like gauzes. There were some surgical tape that, you know, once I started healing, I could remove the tape that they initially placed. I had stitches, you guys. I had stitches, but they did have the tape around the stitches. So they gave me more tape to, you know, be able to replace the tape as needed. They gave me saline solution, and they gave me an ointment to use, because of course too, with the tummy tuck, my belly button, they had to move my belly button around. So I had a little patch on that. Overall, it is nothing that I regret. I'm happy that I did it. I'm not a surgery girl. Like, I'm not one of these surgery experts that, you know, oh, da 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 da. I really didn't do it, like I said before, to get that Coke bottle shape. I didn't do it to I did it for me. I did it for me and my own happiness and satisfaction. I don't know if I would ever do another surgery or not. Maybe some more lipo, because I do kind of wish I had gotten the upper abdomen lipo. But I think that's the most I would do. And the other thing about it is, of course, with any surgery, you know, you have to maintain that body. I will say I have not been so good at that, but I'm getting better. So you just have to maintain that body that you want. Right now, the only other thing that I can think of that I would want to have done is my teeth. And if I decide to do anything, that will definitely be the next thing that I decide to do is my teeth. But other than that, I am happy with my results. I would definitely insert clips of me now at the end of this video. So if you are anxious or nervous and you just want to get your feet wet, Sonobello for me was the experience that I was looking for me. I still don't know if I've gotten to the point where I'm ready to be put to sleep for a surgery. You know, a lot of people shame people that have had surgery. Like as I mentioned before, you do what makes you happy, as long as you do it the proper way. Don't let nobody talk you into something that you're not ready for. And that is another thing. When I did my surgery, I didn't tell nobody. It's not because I was embarrassed or I just didn't want anybody to try to talk me out of a decision that I was already making for me. So with that being said, hope you guys come back to my channel, click like and subscribe, and I will hit you up with the next one. Bye. I want to make sure you get it from the side. Okay, mirror dirty as hell, so don't worry about that. But see this? So I guess this is what's gonna leave. It's gonna cinch this in. Can you see that? I guess once it's aside, you can see it more. You too, bro. Mirror's dirty, but this is the morning of surgery for me. So, okay. Let's prepare to say goodbye. 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 A little nervous, a little not, you know. I've spent years of hiding it like this, you know, through clothes and acting like it doesn't exist when it absolutely does. So, it's almost time to head out. We got an hour and 10-minute drive. I have to be there at 9:30. It is currently, I don't think it's 7:30 yet. I need to do better at this blinding thing, but right now I am sitting in the back waiting on them to give me my IV and the doctor to come mark me up, and then I'll be going into surgery. Peace. It is currently That's okay. It is currently 1:20 in the morning, the day after the surgery, so it's my first day. I'm walking around, swollen, clearly. Walking around, still swollen. I'm just trying to keep my momentum up. Today is my first day post-op. I've done changed my pads. I've done emptied my drain 3 times. I've done walked around a few times. I had some arnica tea. I'm a little sore, but nothing major. Nothing major. Just a little sore. So, I guess I'll check back in